Let's do Big K.R.I.T. Let's do the K.R.I.T, bro. Let's start on a good note. You know what I'm saying?
My boy, Big Crizzle. Big Crit, one of my favorite artists. This isn't someone that I had to get put on by him. I found this out because of his song Country-ish. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, if you're new to the show,
Still a little later than me.
nah, shut up. Big Crit, one of my favorite hip hop artists. I mean, Big Crit to me, it's like I just love everything he does musically, except for his last project. Well, his two last projects. Cadillactica is one of those projects where I remember when this came out because I was waiting for this project. His first project, Live from the Underground, it came out. A lot of people were disappointed. I actually liked that when it came out. Then I started getting mixed feelings on that later on. And now, at the current time of this recording, I love Live from the Underground. It's not one of the greatest Crit projects, but dang near is a really good, solid studio album. It's just not on the same level as some of his mixtapes.
Yeah.
That was one of the critiques going into Live from Underground, his studio album, being signed to Def Jam. Too many bangers, not enough introspection, not enough balance of what we usually get from a K.R.I.T mixtape. You know, the mixtape that he released that year, same year of his of his studio debut, was better than his album.
Yeah.
All that stuff comes up.
Like you saying that, I'm gonna let you get your stuff off, but y'all just gotta understand. In that mixtape era, the blog era, when mixtapes sound like albums, our expectations was a bit higher. Cause like the follow up a mixtape and make a great album, like sometimes we was let down.
Yeah.
Like we have I'm gonna give you examples. J. Cole, Friday Night Lights. You know, Live from the Underground by K.R.I.T, and you know, Forever and a Day, and on and on. Freaking Drake, to me,
Thank
So
Me
Far
Later.
Gone, Thank Me Later. Like, it's some people out there that put out some projects mixtapes that we love, but like kind of was letting down by the
Yeah, we should
album.
actually talk about that as a topic one day.
I'm just saying.
Mixtape artists that.
Hey, B, real conversations.
Oh yeah, about music. Hey, but yeah, going into this, a lot of people were complaining because K.R.I.T, you could tell in that studio album he had that money behind him. Now.
Yeah.
Even though he was mostly behind the production himself because he's just so talented, he had that money behind him to really do what he wanted to do. But one of the biggest criticisms was too many bangers, too many radio sounding songs. Sound like he's trying to hit the appeal to the mainstream. So I think K.R.I.T went back to the drawing board. I think he released two projects the same year of Cadillactica. King Remembered in Time. Oh, excuse me, Cadillactica. And I remember he released a little 6-track EP called Week of K.R.I.T where he released like 6 songs or 7 songs on there. He put one of the songs on here. This is also before Control came. I mean, this is after
Yeah,
Control
Control
came out.
came out, yeah.
When he came out with Mount Olympus. K.R.I.T was on a
Dope
really
track.
nice run at
Dope
that
track.
time. So because he had to win the people back over from Live from the Underground. Then we get a project called Cadillactica, where basically K.R.I.T is forming his own world with a Cadillac.
Yeah.
Sounds corny in premise, but for Big K.R.I.T and how he does his music, to me, was done greatly. When this first came out, though, I will not lie. I was like, dang, this album is slow. Dang, this album is like, to me, when I first heard it, I thought that this album, like how we got Live from the Underground, it was
Yeah.
too banger filled. I think this, at the time, when I first heard it, I was like, dang, this one's like too introspective filled.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like, there's not enough balance right here. Like, we
Yeah.
got some bangers on here, but some, like, yeah. But coming back to this as an adult, I mean, I listen to this project like at least a few
Yeah.
times a year. Because I listen to all Big K.R.I.T's albums, mixtapes, at least. I at least listen to one of them a month at this point. I don't put them in the What We've Been Jamming because I always
Yeah,
listen
it's
to
just
them.
something that you
Yeah,
listen
it's not something that I'm giving my new experience about.
Yeah, I have albums like that as well.
Yeah. And so when it comes to Cadillactica, I don't know what I was on back then when I was younger, and I could tell I was younger. I wanted the bangers a bit more. That's why I gravitated more towards Live from the Underground. Coming back to this, man, this that grown man music, B. Big K.R.I.T has always been a mature rapper. He's never been kiddie. He has his like, his banger moments. But to me, Big K.R.I.T really flexes and really is like, okay, y'all want that introspection? I'm gonna give it to y'all.
Yeah.
And to me, he gives you a lot of like conceptually what's the word I'm looking for? He gives you a lot of mature themes in this.
Yeah, he was building the world.
Yeah, but also, he was also reminiscing on his past, talking about where he's from, talking about the people in his life, connections like House Soul Food, all that type of stuff. He even has Raphael
What happened to
Sadiq
the
on
soul
here.
food?
Good. But I like the way that the
them
album
biscuits,
starts
though.
off. Oh, yeah. Heck no.
I don't want no biscuit. They could give you the biscuits.
Yeah, and from the intro track from Creation, where it's kind of like forming like this world of like how the universe is created or whatever. Then life, I gave you life from the speakers of the 808 or
My
whatever.
subs.
I'm not gonna lie, this my sub though. I loved it when it first came out.
But this one, you don't really care for this
To
one.
me, this is one of my least favorite ones.
Yeah.
I like part 2. I like part 1. I like part 4 a lot more than this
Yeah.
one. If I had to go through the first 4 parts, This one's my weakest one to me. Which I get it. He's supposed to be booming bass, create the world, whatever. Cadillactica, that's my song right there, B. That's
What, Cadillactica?
Oh yeah, Cadillactica. FJB, Negro. Oh my god.
Yeah, that was fire. Like all this right here, like that was a rap.
The only few tracks I really don't like that, but I'm tired of them because I heard them so much when I was younger. Pay Attention. Do You Love Me? Third Eye. To me, those songs kind of were their welcome because I heard them songs a lot already. But Pay Attention was one that I jammed a lot back in college.
You used to jam that line?
Oh, come on, B. I used to put them in the playlist. Come on, man. Come on. Pay attention to you. Pay attention to you. Do it up, throw it out.
I did not care for that song.
I loved it back then.
I still though, bro.
No, I'm like, okay. Like that 1999 off of Forever is a Mighty Long Time. That's the one pass I give it. I'm like, all right, dog. Like, for the album, it's cool, but because the next track, it wins me back over with that UGK. But coming back into this, King of the South, boy, was he spitting.
On that,
Mind Control. Never did I think someone could make E40 sound that good.
Here you go.
Wiz Khalifa sounded good too.
Of course. That's Wiz type of production.
Oh, of course. Big K.R.I.T does his thing on the production side of this as well. I got to say that as well. Do You Love Me? Cool. Third Eye? Cool. Mo Better with Devin the Dude, Big Son.
Big Son, see.
Come on, man. Bum B was killing it on there. Angels was cool. Saturday's Equal Celebration is good. Lost Generation. To me, literally this whole album embodies his soul food theme that he has, where it's like, this feels weighty. Like, this album to me feels dense. Like, to me, there's a good amount of content. There's so much heart in it. And you can tell that he's very personable. He's very relatable. I love this album. I love the production with it be. K.R.I.T lyricism is always great. I love the way that he paints his pictures. I love the way that he actually made this whole world with this album right here. Because this is really the only time he does that. And he did a good job with this project. Yeah. How do you feel about this, B? I'm glazing this.
Yeah. When this project came out in 2014, it was like, to me, 2014 was also a really good year for me. You had like Watch Moves Without the Sound Off that dropped. You had the Kanye joint. What Kanye? Yeezus came out around in 2014.
Forest Hills Drive. Even though that was after.
Yeah, Civil Demo. Like, it was all this, and I feel like I liked this project, but I didn't return to it a lot around that time. So to be honest with you, B, I think this is my first time listening to this project in a whole in 10 years. I listened to it a few times in 2014. I liked it overall. 2014, I was 20 years old. So like, me listening to this as an adult, I really liked this album. When I listened to it, I was like, dang, I think this is probably his second best album.
I was thinking the same thing.
I was thinking the same. I was like, if he never put out
Forever's a Mighty Long Time,
I feel like this would have been his best project because I feel like it embodied like a debut to me. Like, he built the world. Like, I felt like this should have been, Live from the Underground in a way. Because, like, he built the world. He had everything from Big K.R.I.T in here, his introspection. Like, he had good production. And I even love the little skit he had about, like, at this restaurant, they give you all this it was like, what are you saying? Fast food, the biscuit, and with the biscuit, he was saying all type of other stuff.
He said you could have a baby mama,
and all this
she was already used.
Yeah,
I already saved this for you.
all this right for you. And, so it's like, I was like, man, I like that part of it into the world and just building it, and just out of the subject matter. I'm like, man, like, I was like, dang, I ran this back. I listen to a project, go to something else, and come back. I ran this back,
back
to back, bro, and I was like, man, I really enjoyed this. So this got put. Let me add that. Let me add that to the library. So this be something like Lack. I like that final track, Lack.
That was on. The week of K.R.I.T. Yeah. So it was on that EP or that mixtape.
And then because these are part of. Because then they're usually in with Lost Generation.
I think it's Lost Generation because Mount Olympus obviously is the reprise.
Because I think the
reprise was always on there. I think.
You sure?
I think the reprise was always the last on there.
For some reason, that felt like it felt familiar. Like it's for the end. And then Mount Olympus come on, and then Lack.
See, when I was younger, I don't know what it is now. But I remember back then, I used to think Lost Generation was perfect. But then when I go to Mount Olympus, even though he changed the beat up and it was supposed to be
the reprise version.
Of Control.
Yeah.
As a reprise, because his other reprise, he did the same thing in Live from the Underground. He did a reprise of another song in there as well. Hearing this on here, I'm like, this actually kind of like perfectly fits how he feels like he's from the South. People don't give him the respect that he deserves, especially with the different beat and how it actually fits in with the album. While I used to hate, like, why did you put the original song on here? I'm like, the original song is he.
Yeah.
I'm like, as a reprise and it trying to fit towards the album, obviously he has a little digs with Kendrick and all that and his control verse. Not like digs like he hates him, but like
Ask me about all this kid shit.
Yeah.
Ain't he really diss me on? Blame it on you.
give me all my lingo, to put all my words
But
on.
yeah, that's one thing about Crit. Like the song that put me on him that made just him stand out is like this frustration of being from the South
And not being
like
respected.
yeah, like the first song I heard was. And we just in here. Another thing when the police. It's the only rival game. What's the name of that song?
It's off of Crit Was Here.
Yeah, it's off the mixtape. Hey, you know I rap for you. Hey, give me man like an after. Bro, I heard that song and I jumped off my bunk bed, bro, and was like, "Who the hell is this?"
It's either Children of the World or Victorious.
It's Children of the World. That's the name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
Because Victorious.
Yeah, because but like, bro, I heard that I'm like, yo, I jumped off my top bunk and like, and it's crazy. I knew who he was, but he was featured on something, and I
Was it another?
It's like another rapper.
Glass House or whatever. Because
it
Glass
was-
House was on.
He's on Glass
Currency
House
stuff, I
on.
think.
Yeah, but it was on Mesmer.
No, it was on,
It's on.
it's on
Cushion OJ. But anyways, I really enjoyed this project, B. I was like, dang, Crit doing this thing on here, bro. It's like some stuff on here like I heard. I'm like, dang, I heard this in a minute. Like Soul Food. Like Soul Food is a really good track, bro. I love that track. It's probably one of my favorites on here. And yeah, you know you have some slippage on some of the stuff, but it's like
It's not bad. It's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's like, okay, it's kind of
it's like you
welcome
it's
out
like
of it.
you need that. You know, it's
To
like
balance it out.
yeah, to balance it out. Like you gotta understand this a concept album that actually it's a part of the world, so you need everything. You know what I'm saying? He talks about grief, he talks about love, he talks about, you know,
Yeah.
like all this stuff. So when you build a world, you gotta have life into it. You know what I'm saying? He's creating this life, so he's bringing you through life on this, and that's why I expected. Like he had his frustrations in this project. He talked about, you know, with Mount Olympus and all this. Like, bro, come on, Lost Generation. Like talking
With him
about
and
what,
Lupe?
yes, about what's going on. And I love Lupe verse because how Lupe finished it like FMLK. Like he was on the opposite side of like, yo, bro, like we ain't on that right now, bro. We trying to get this money. We whoever we got to get to, take them out. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So like this project kind of gives you everything you need out of an album, man. It was a really good re-listen, man, and I really enjoyed it. For real.
Man, I like to hear that.
But you know I like Crit, B.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
like to talk my trash.
Yeah.
Come on, Crit.
Yeah. I got to hear some Crit Glaze every
Oh
now
my
and then.
God.
Big
Come on.
Crit, my boy. Yes, sir.
Nah, this is dope.
Cadillactica, the 10-year anniversary. I need to buy the new vinyl.
Yeah, I think this album aged perfectly.
Yeah, it aged
really
really
good,
well.
really good.
To me, this project holds up really well.
Yeah, it holds up. Like I think it, like with wine, bro. It got better with time. To be honest with you.
Especially in the time era that we're in now.
Yeah,
Yeah, where music is referred to as fast food.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nah, this was good, and it didn't feel like, bro. It was an hour. I swear it didn't feel like that to me. It didn't feel long
To me, I don't know why these
feel
few
long to
songs,
me.
while the first few songs are really dynamic up to Mind Control, to me it started really going fast once we started hitting right after Mind Control. So Standby Interlude and Up, I'm just like, God dang.
I don't know why it didn't feel long to me. I was like, dang, I'm back on Whack.
I will say that the end, it kind of like, I don't want to say where's this welcome. You can tell it stays a bit though, because it's like, okay, I'm at Lost Generations. Okay, Mount Olympus. Okay, Lack. Okay, Let It Show. I love them songs. I'm like, dang, this is really the end. I'm like, we finished the end off like this?
See, I didn't listen to Let It Show. Lack ended on me.
Oh, see, mine ends off on Let It Show, which is like a super hard braggadocious
I think I remember
song.
that song. Wasn't that on like his EP thing he did?
That All My Life one.
It's on one of them.
Not
Let
the
It
Wicked
Show.
Crit.
But yeah, they don't have Let It Show in here. Cool. I'm happy they did.
Yeah, it was just a big old braggadocious song.
Mine left off on Lack. So that was
Yeah,
fine.
leaving off on Lack or Mount Olympus reprise.
Yeah.
Perfect. Let It Show. It just feels like you can tell this is like a bonus track.
Yeah, I think I know that song.
Yeah.
At that time, I'm like, you know, 2013, like from 2009, 10ish or whatever, from 2014 is like, Crit was in my rotation, like from the mixtapes and everything. Even though this album wasn't in my rotation as much, only because of all that came out that year. Oh my God.
I mean, 2014. We've done some
Bro.
anniversaries on here.
Freaking
Good year.
Mick Jenkins Waters, Prime dropped, freaking Ghostface 36 seasons, Step Brothers, come on, bro. Future Honest, YG My Crazy Life. Come on, man. It was some stuff that came out. Rich Gang was out. Come on, bro. It was some stuff. Man.
You wasn't listening to Rich
Oh,
Gang,
of course,
okay.
but I'm just speaking.
Yeah.
Oh, the Souls of Mischief, There Is Only Now. I love that in the instrumental version. The Sky Zoo joint, Vince Staples held, bro. 2014 had some stuff. Pinata drop, Oxymoron, Run the Jewels 2. Come on, man.
Yeah. Crit dropped in a really good year. This was a really good project.
It is, bro. I feel like it's probably one of them. It's a good project. Look, it's on the top of the list.
Sadly, no one's talking about it though.
Yeah.
I hate that.
But we here to have those conversations.
Oh yeah, we here to have a conversation, real conversation, as you said. But yeah, Cadillactica, 10-year anniversary, 2014 drop. Big K.R.I.T, you did a phenomenal job on this goddamn album.
Man, shout out to Beyond Beats and Culture.